Alright, so I thought I'd do a tier list today. I've never done a tier list before, and I've always wanted to do one, so this is kind of like a little trial run, and I thought this would be a good trial run, one for my first tier list here. And I'd like to start doing more tier lists into the future. Obviously, this is more of like a music channel. I talk about music a lot on here. And I do plan on doing music tier lists going in the future. I kind of have like a list I've started that I kind of want to keep adding on to, and it's something I want to start doing a lot more on my channel because I think they're fun and I really enjoy watching them. And it's something I wanted to do for a while. But we've got the fruit tier list here today. I'm just on this website called tiermaker.com, and they have just this pre-made template here with that had a good variety of fruit tiers, a lot of stuff that I've had in my life and stuff that I like. And I just thought it'd be fun to talk about these things. Fruit's been a big part of my dietary life, I guess I'd say. It's a safe food for me. A lot of my favorites are safe food for me, and I've done some strange diets over the years, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. But yeah, this seemed like a really good place to start, and just want to go ahead and jump right in with the first one here. We have an apple, a red apple specifically. Can't really tell what variety this is just by looking at it, but doesn't look like there's a green apple on here, so just apples in general. But red apples are my favorite. I just love red apples, certain varieties. There's a variety called Envy that I really like, and Fuji's classic, Gala apples. Gala's kind of like your like basic red apple, and I just really like red apples, especially when they're like crispy and sweet, and yeah, they're just really great. And I feel like apples, when people think of fruit, they think apples. Apples are definitely one of those just like solid, just fruit. Like when you think fruit, apple is definitely a fruit. And so I really, and apples are just really solid. One of my favorite fruits ever, and just been a part of my life since I was a little kid. So put them right up in the A tier. A for apple. Yeah, perfect. Next year we have bananas. And bananas are another fruit that people, when you say fruit, oh, bananas. Um, it's a tropical fruit, but very readily available, very cheap. So a lot of people eat them quite often. It's probably one of the most consumed fruits in the Western world, at least. And I've had some times with bananas over the years, that's for sure. I did kind of a little like fruit diet over back like 2016, 2017, something like that. I was really interested in stuff like that. I wanted to experiment with some diets and stuff. And I was eating predominantly fruit for quite a while, fruit and just other like starchy stuff, and high carbohydrate foods, I'd say. And bananas were a big part of that because they're super cheap. They're fairly consistent and very calorie dense. One of the most dense fruits. And yeah, bananas are pretty solid fruit, honestly. I like the flavor of them. They're pretty different from other fruits. They don't have like a bunch of like water content, and like not like super juicy like a lot of fruits are. They're kind of like creamy, and but they're still very sweet and good. And I like a certain ripeness level. I like them more ripe than less ripe. Could not eat a green banana. I can't really even eat just like a plain yellow one either. It has to be at least have some spots on it for me to be able to eat it. And I can eat it up to about the point where it's almost rotten, honestly. But bananas, solid fruit. Not I, they've been a big part of my life too. Remind me of certain times in my life, and they're just solid fruit. And I think I'll put them in B for banana as well. Next we have an avocado, and avocados I think are trendy and pretty overrated, I'd say. I'm not a huge fan of avocados. I do like guacamole. That's the times that I eat avocados, usually within guacamole or like mixed in with something. It can add like a nice creamy texture to things. But by themselves, not really. Not an avocado toast kind of person. But I have had some really good avocados over the years. They're very rare, especially where I live when they've been imported. But um, I used to watch this guy on YouTube who's like a fruit traveler. He would go to different parts of the world, mostly like tropical areas like Thailand and such, and look for the best fruit that was available. And he used to go to an island called La Palma. And it was a volcanic island that had a volcanic soil. And he said there's the best avocados ever in the whole world were there. And I've I can see when you have a good avocado, it can be really good. But this avocado here on this picture here is not very good looking, honestly. It's just like you can see, it's just like kind of like this pale yellow green. It's really supposed to be like this like deep, like vibrant yellow. And that's when it's really good. That's when I've had really good ones when they're like that. But um, avocados pretty mid for me, so I'll put them in C. They can be pretty good sometimes, but you know. Next we have looks like apricots. I have had apricots before, but I really don't remember them very well. And it's a stone fruit. I generally like stone fruits, but I really can't remember. Like, I'm sure that it's fairly similar to a peach and such, but I don't really want to. It's not something I eat consistently and haven't had like in quite a while. So I'm just gonna put them in need to try because I really just don't know for sure with them and don't want to just put them somewhere. Next we have blackberries. Blackberries, they can be pretty good. I don't really like the giant seed in the middle of them. It's kind of annoying. They get lodged in my teeth and shit. And they're just pretty inconsistent. They're not very, like, they can be super just, like, tasteless. But when you have some sweet ones, they can be really good, and I like them. And they actually grow around me in Virginia. I can find wild blackberries sometimes during the summer. And you can just pluck them off the bush and stuff, and they can be pretty good. But in general, pretty mid, inconsistent berry for me, and I don't really care for them that much, so I would put them in the C as well. Just kind of right up the middle for me for that. Now blueberries on the other hand, definitely my favorite out of all the berries. Just the like regular berries that I've tried that are most readily available, and I really like blueberries. Honestly, they're just really, I like them when they're tart, I like them when they're sweet, and I really like the texture of them. They're just some of my favorites, honestly. I just really like blueberries. So, I'm gonna put them up here with the apple and the A tier. They're just, and I just really like them. And the apple and blueberry actually really go together for me too. I really like the taste. And I find myself eating them together quite often. So, next fruit we have here, we got cherries. Cherries is another fruit that I don't really care for that much. They're okay, and I don't really find myself eating them very often. I don't really like. It's another thing with like the blackberries. I don't like the giant pit in the middle and just having to eat like one at a time. I'm like more of like a stuff my fucking face, like eat a ton at one time, fill my mouth up. It's not a very good habit of mine, but that's just what I get satisfaction from when I actually want to eat food. And but yeah, my girlfriend Caitlin loves cherries, it's one of her favorites, but it's just like not something I really like that much. I've had like the really like uber sweet ones, like they kind of taste like grapes. Those are good, but I don't really like tart cherries that much. They're just not really my thing that much. They're pretty mid. I don't hate them by any means, but just not something I really eat very often. So put them in the C tier as well. All right, next we have a very bad looking cantaloupe here. I've never been a really big fan of melons in general, so cantaloupes not really that much. Like the smell is like kind of nostalgic to me because my grandmother used to love them and used to eat them all the time, and she would have them around her house. But especially during the summer, you can get good melons here during the summer as well. But I've just never been much of a melon person. I don't really like melons that much, so cantaloupe. I just kind of have to put them in the D tier. I just don't really care that much about melons. So, this next fruit here, I'm not familiar with this berry here. It's like some like orange reddish berry. I'm not sure what that is. So I definitely have not tried this, so I need to try it. I would be down to try them. Looks like kind of like a blackberry, like a similar texture to a blackberry, but if somebody knows what they are, just let me know down in the comments. I'm surprised I don't know what these are. Um, but yeah, need to try those. Um, Coconuts, I like how coconuts are very versatile. You can get coconut oil from them. You can just do a bunch of different things with coconuts. And I just never really loved coconuts that much, honestly. Though they're pretty mid for me as well. Um, I've never really just like eaten the flesh of coconuts, but I don't know. They have an interesting kind of flavor, and they remind me. I guess like kind of associate them with like fucking rum and stuff. Like they like coconut rum, and sorry, my dad's texting me here. But uh, I don't. No, they're kind of mid for me, I'd say too. But I like their versatility. They would probably be lower, um, if not. But I think coconut in the sea, um, is pretty good. I like sometimes when it's mixed in with some stuff. But um, next fruit here, another one I don't even know what this is. So I just, if somebody knows what it is, would let me know. I need to try it. I just don't, I've never really seen something like that before. I mean, trying to think of something that's similar to, but I don't really know. Um, Next one here, we have some dates. Dates are not something I've had very often either. I, I guess they would kind of remind me of a raisin to an extent. They're like, I know they're super sweet, but it's just not something I really seek out either. Um, I can't really remember too much liking them, but I'm gonna just put them right up the middle because I do remember them more than like having like apricots or something. They're pretty mid for me too. I think I'm gonna have a lot of mid tiers here, honestly. Next we have a dragon fruit. Um, I've tried dragon fruit before. I think they're kind of a cool fruit. They just like pink, and the inside has like those like just like white flesh and like dots and like kind of like little seeds in it. The dragon fruit I've had has actually been pretty good. So honestly, like it's not something I have that often, but I might put it up in the. I think I'll put it in C with these other ones as well. Just they're pretty good, but I just don't eat them enough. I don't find myself coming back to them that often. So next we have durian. Durian is a fruit I've always wanted to try, but I feel like I'd have to go to like Thailand or some other like tropical um, country that has like really good ones off the tree. Like there's an Asian market like up the street from me that has like these full whole durians, and um, they're like frozen though, and it's just like they've been imported from like super far away, and it's just like I don't know. It's just kind of like if I want to try one, I want it to be good. I've heard people say that like when you have really good durian, it's like exceptional, like the best fruit they've ever had in their entire life. And it's known as like the stinky fruit. I think like you can't even like have it in some public areas because it smells. But I've never really experienced it before, and I've just never really like been around it. But I've always been very intrigued by durian. So I have to put that in need to try sometime in the future if I ever go to like a tropical place, or if I just give in and try one from the place. I'm just like nervous to try one from the place. I just know it's not going to be good. But you know, next we have figs. Another fruit it's around here too, and a lot of people grow them here. But I've never really had them much before. I just don't know. Like honestly, I just have to put them in need to try. Like surprising, I haven't really had figs. Like people rave about figs, but I just I haven't had them enough to really say anything about them. Um, Next we have grapefruit. I have not had good experiences with grapefruit, to be honest with you. I really like the texture of citrus and stuff like that, but grapefruit I just haven't had a good one, honestly, and so I'm just gonna have to put them in the D tier. I just never really been a huge fan of grapefruit. Maybe I'll get a good one in the future, but I don't know. All right, next we have grapes. Oh my God, grapes. Sorry, I just special. I fucking love grapes. They are definitely probably my favorite fruit ever. I absolutely love them. Even when they have seeds in them, I fucking love them. Um, I do tend to buy seedless more though, but seeded ones can be actually very tasty. They can actually be sweeter and tastier than seedless ones at times. But um, it's pictured. They have white grapes here, green grapes. Probably my least favorite out of like the most common ones. But I still really like them. Still love them, and actually have some downstairs. So I'll probably have for lunch today. Um, but red, black, white slash green grapes, like I love them. They're my favorite fruit ever. They've been a big part of my life, and they're just my safe food, and I love them so much. Um, Next fruit here, is this a like a guava? I think is this maybe what this is? Is it guava? I've never had guava before, so need to try. Um, and this is honeydew. It looks like yeah, I guess it must be honeydew. Another thing with melons. Honestly, I've when I think of honeydew, I think F, bro. I haven't had a good one, and I just don't fucking like melons. I just really don't. I don't like the texture of them. I don't like the flavor of them. I just don't fuck with them. So that's just gonna have to go in F. And like the colors match up there, so that's just like meant to be there. Another fruit here. I have no idea what this is. Please let me know what it is. Looks like a sea creature. But put this in need to try. Might be good. I don't know about that. That inside's kind of, I don't know about that. That just doesn't look that good to me, but who knows. Next we have kiwis. Um, I've had some pretty good kiwis, but honestly, they're pretty mid for me. I don't really like them that much. They're fine. So let's see. Lemons. I actually really fuck with some lemons, bro. Like, I can't just like straight up eat a lemon that often. I mean, I do get a satisfaction out of biting into a lemon though. It's been a minute since I've done that, but like lemons, like flavored things, like and putting lemon in with like water and just like it really adds to it, and just like I just really like lemons are really solid. No, I put them up in the B. Um, they're pretty versatile too. They can be added to a lot of different things. Limes, I'm gonna have to say the same thing. They're pretty on tier with lemons and such. Next we have some lychees. I have had lychees before. I haven't had like specifically these lychees. I've had rambutans, which are just like these like wild things. But they're pretty good. They have the same kind of like taste as like a grape, like the flesh kind of tastes like grape, but they are kind of annoying. They're just like they have like you have to peel the outside off, and then there's just like a mostly just a big pit in the middle, like that, like this like the flesh on the outside is just like it's very thin, and you don't really get much from it, but so it's kind of a pain. But they are pretty good, so I'm gonna put them up in the B as well. Oh man, next we've got mangoes. Honestly, I might say mangoes are like a king fruit. Honestly, mangoes are the shit. I'm not gonna lie. They unfortunately kind of upset my stomach now, but mangoes are so fucking good. Like if you get a really good ripe mango, and like there's certain like varieties. Like I like Kent and I like Keat mangoes, and I like the like yellow ones. But damn, like if you get a good mango, that shit is special, bro. Like that shit is like insanely good, like juicy, like dripping down. Like I've had like almost orgasms from fucking mangoes before. Like they can be so fucking good. So definitely S tier, really a crazy fruit, like incredible fruit. Next, goes wrong with the mangoes. We got a mangosteen here. Never had one. I've never had access to one, but so need to try. I think I would like them. Seems like another kind of thing with like the lychees. They're probably kind of similar in a way, and yeah. So I'll have to try those sometime in the future. Um, Next we have oranges. Oranges are solid. Um, I like mandarin oranges. I like when they're easier to peel. I do like navel oranges from time to time. They can be pretty inconsistent as well though. But I love the juiciness of them, and they're just a solid all around fruit. Oranges are just really solid. I'm gonna put them in the B tier. Definitely a top contender for me. I like them. Um, Papaya. I've never had a really good papaya, and this definitely doesn't look like a good papaya. It's like green. Papaya is supposed to be like orange on the outside to be like a really good one. I think they're a cool looking fruit though. Like they have like the seeds on the inside, but it's just another thing where I'd have to like get a really good one from somewhere, and I just never had that before. So from my experience with papaya, they're pretty D for me, honestly. Like I just haven't had a good one. So, but I hear they can be really good. Um, Next year, I don't know what this fruit is, so need to try. Unfortunately, I was hoping I would know more of these fruits. Looks like I know the rest of these, so that's good. um, but next we have a peach. Peaches are really good. I really love peaches when they're in season, and they grow here in Virginia, and they can be exceptional. Like especially white peaches. I really love white peaches, and these will go along with nectarines as well too. I really like nectarines. I think I might even like nectarines more than peaches. Like the texture on the outside, and they just like more consistent to me. But nectarine peaches, oh my god, just I love them. They're definitely A tier. They're really solid fruits and can be really 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 good. Almost like on the borderline of S, because they can be like on the same level as mangoes sometimes. They when you get a really really good one. Um, Next we have pears. Pears have been a big part of my life too. Not so much just like raw pears. I used to eat canned pears a lot when I was a kid, and I used to love them. They're so good, but like regular pears are still really good too. Different kind of texture than apples, like a softer texture, but they're just so good. I especially like those the red pears. Those are really good. Um, but pears, yeah, just they're really great. I've been putting them on salad recently. They're really gonna complement a salad well. I might actually have one later this evening, so that will be good to have. But definitely A tier, I'd say. Pears are really solid, and really like those. Okay, we've reached the pineapple. I fucking love pineapple. Oh my god, like just I tend to like it's hard to like decipher a good one when it's just like at the store, like hasn't been cut up. But so I usually like try to get the pre-cut up ones, or like they've cut up there, and you look for like the deep yellow one, like it just has to be like super yellow, not pale at all. That shit is fucking incredible, man. Like incredible. Like I'm gonna have to pick some up from the store today. Like that's just like making me so excited right now. Like I'm gonna have to get some and have some for lunch and shit. Like man, pineapple is fucking incredible. S tier, easily, like no fucking debate. Pineapples are fucking incredible. Um, they can be inconsistent, but any fruit can be inconsistent. But like when you have a really good one, holy shit, pineapple definitely one of my favorite fruits of all time. All right, next we have plums. Um, Honestly, I think I've had a decent plum. I just really just don't know that much. I definitely remember them to an extent, but I think I'm just gonna put plums in C here. Just what it is. I just C is kind of just like not remembering. Spots are just really just kind of mid for me. So I can go there. Pomegranates, I I don't really like pomegranates. I'm sorry, I have to put them in F. Like from the experience I've had, I have not gone back to them. I've had them like one time. I do not like the texture of the seeds that you eat. It's just like a fucking weird fruit to me, man. I don't know. Pomegranates remind me of this woman that I met when I was working at Panera Bread, like back in the day, and I was like had a huge crush on. She had like a pomegranate tattoo on her forearm. I thought that was pretty neat. And it was like apparently her favorite fruit, and I was like didn't really understand that. But pomegranates, I don't fuck with pomegranates. Like just not my vibe, bro. I just don't like them. Um, Raspberries. Raspberries are solid. I really like raspberries. Definitely up there with blueberries. Um, so honestly, I think I might put raspberries in the A as well. I really love the texture of them. They can be very good. I like when they're tart. I like when they're sweet, kind of thing. They're up there with blueberries. I think I do like blueberries more, but raspberries are pretty solid. Um, Next we have starfruit. I've had starfruit before, and it was actually very good. I actually really liked it, and I need to find one again. It's just like I never like eat them because I never really find them anymore. But I'd say starfruit B. I like starfruits. They're pretty solid. Strawberries. I'm gonna have to put them in C. I don't really fuck with them that much. They're almost D, honestly. They're so inconsistent. I just really just want more from them, but I still really like the texture of them. I like the flavor to an extent. I like when they're like mixed in with another flavor or something. And I've always really like strawberry like based things, but regular strawberries, they just haven't really been that good. Next and last, we have watermelon. Just another melon, man. Watermelon probably my favorite out of all of them, but I just don't fuck with melon that much, man. I just don't like them. So I just don't like the flavor of them. I'm just gonna put them in D. Probably higher, probably more of a up here, like on the verge of C, but I don't really like them very much, honestly. Melons are not my thing, but yeah, so that's my fruit tier list here. I think that's pretty solid. I'm pretty happy with this. I wish I could have had more things that I've tried, but I need to get into some of these more exotic fruits here, obviously. There's another fruit I wanted to mention that I want to really try at some point. It's called a cherimoya. And it's another tropical kind of fruit. I really want to try one of those sometimes. Apparently they're kind of like they can get considered a custard apple. And I think I'd probably like them. I've just heard really good things about them. I've never been able to get my hands on one. And I think they're probably going to be similar to these fruits called pawpaws that are actually native here to Virginia, which is kind of weird because it's kind of like more of a tropical fruit. And they're kind of like custardy on the inside and sweet. So I think it's probably something similar to that. But yeah, here's my fruit tier list all done, looking nice. Hope you guys like this video. Please let me know what you think of this and what some of your favorite fruits are. If you agree with me, disagree with me strongly, let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching this video. I want to end my video out here like I always do. I'll throw them on the screen. Support my friends, please, if you can, on the side. I'll put the link in the description like I always do. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the future with some more tier lists.